What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MULN stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we caught this movement to the upside from my entry point to its highest point that brought us about 67% of potential profit. And I've told you that you can put your stop loss on the green territory with anticipation of about 20% potential profit. This means those people who are following my channel for quite some time, you are in green. And I was making this call for quite some time, and for several weeks I've told you that you could enter your position at around 10 cents price point. But right now, despite the good news, we have this movement to the downside, and I will show you what news was the catalyst of this price action. And at the end of this video I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. As already mentioned, I made my previous video right here. At this point, right after this asset had its movement to the upside that we pretty much caught. We didn't caught the bottom, the $9 mark, but right here at 9 cents price point, but right here at 10 cents price point, I've told you that you can accumulate your long position with anticipation to hit this range of resistance at roughly 17.53 cents. And this movement to the upside was predictable for 100%, and you can watch my previous video. There I explained why I thought so. But right now we have this movement to the downside. And on my previous video I've told you that you have basically two options to leave your position right here, and this could bring you up to 30% of potential profit, or with anticipation of next leg to the upside and with anticipation of news from David Mishuri, we could hit higher target and we might have up to 70% of potential profit. But on a worst case scenario you could leave with a 20% of potential profit. And it happened right after I made my previous video. This asset lost, let me show it to you, lost about 25% of its value, and right now it is approaching to our entry point. So it is what it is, and I've told you multiple times that from the fundamental standpoint this asset doesn't worth your attention. It is just a short-term bet, and most likely it is just a gambling, but with the technical approach you will be able to earn some money with this asset. And let me show you why we have this movement to the upside. First of all, let me show you that recently, just several hours ago, MULN published this press release that Menzies completes successful LAX pilot program of MULN Class 1 EV cargo and passenger vans. And let me show you the bullet points. Two Class 1 EV vans were piloted to LAX airport and powered utilizing loop installed level 2 chargers. Vans were utilized for transporting both equipment and crews throughout the pilot program. Over 1,500 miles were driven over the course of the pilot at LAX. Consistent performance with 100% uptime and zero maintenance issues. So quite good news. Next one, estimated cost savings of 66% in electrical versus their gas equivalent vehicles, and estimated 83% reduction in CO2 emissions for EV vans compared to gas vehicle equivalent. So these two bullet points is very good, and no one can say a bad word about this, but other bullet points are not so promising. So 1,500 miles. If you divide it by two vehicles and by 16 days of this program, each vehicle daily had about 12.5 miles, and this means with the average speed of about 30 miles per hour, these vans worked only 30 minutes per day. And it is not the best sign, I think, because these vehicles should be used much more intensively. And why it is not so important, and why this news wasn't the major news for MULN. Let me show you that in best case scenario, with the modifications that Menzies has requested, then they have to add windows and more seats. This pilot program leads to two vehicles that will be bought by Menzies to the LAX airport. And this cannot change anything for MULN. On top of that, let me show you that MULN doesn't have these vehicles, and you know that these vehicles, let me show you on David Mishury's Twitter account, these vehicles were made by ELMS company, and let me show you that this company imported all of these parts. Let me show you that they made 57 shipments, and these shipments was as a spare parts for these vehicles. But let me show you, MULN didn't made any shipments from end of October 2022, and they shipped only one 6-meter electric logistics van, and it is a class 2 electric vehicle. But why in the world we don't know any news about class 2 electric van? And let me show you that on July 11th David Mishury promised that the first 300 fully homologated for the United States MULN Class 2 EV cargo vans can be delivered to DPL by November 30th, 2022 at the request of DPL. And DPL is a Delpak Logistics, and I also made a video about this company that in my opinion it is just an empty company that was made intentionally to make this press release real. And we still don't have any announcement from David Mishury what is the MULN's S&P 500 partnership that he had to disclose back in summer 2022. And definitely, when you can see the latest updates, the latest news that in the short period of time might drive the price of MULN higher, we can see on their main page of their website this news. And here you can see the line of these EV1 cargo vans. Here you can see the previous basically MULN 5 electric crossover, and we don't know any updates related to this project. We don't know any updates on their class 2 EV van that was the headliner for this company back in 2022. And you can see that this is an empty company that cannot produce any vehicles. That is why you cannot rely on this company as your long-term holdings, because with these weak financials, they have only $68 million cash and cash equivalents, and they cannot cover even their liabilities of $420 million, because this number is not a real money. You have to subtract the goodwill of $92.8 million and intangible assets of $113.3 million. And definitely they have a lot of debts. They are consistently diluting their existing shareholders, and that is why at the end of the day we can see this movement to the downside, that basically nothing else but a free fall of this company. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, as already mentioned, right after we had this movement to the upside, I've told you that most likely we should go lower, and in my opinion we should break even 9 cents price point. That is its all-time low right now. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and if you follow my channel for quite some time, you know that I'm right, and I have to say that I don't have any position in MULN. I'm not short in it and I'm not long in it, and I just want to preserve your money, as a retail investors, to put your money in this company, because in the long term you will lose your money. And right now there are pretty much 0 people who are in green, because this asset is still breaking its all-time lows, and I highly recommend you not to enter your long position with this asset without the call that I might make in the future. So I think that's it from the technical standpoint. That's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad.